chance to know everything I have seen so far, and I was thinking of and observing in the Senate and the House hearing, especially with Tulsi Gabbard and what's going on in Turkey right now. And right now, after my live stream, in this moment, I saw in the breaking news about exactly what I've been thinking. And what is that? That's the connection between what's going on in Turkey right now, all the thousands of people of demonstration, which we'll got to that in a second. Then with Tulsi Gabbard and what's going on with that Yemen bombing, as well as what she said that she slipped several times out of her mouth. That, and now the breaking news of Trump versus Iran. Okay, here's what's going on. Let's start with the Turkey part. Okay, so what's going on in Turkey? I had already mentioned that in one of my videos, and that is that Erdogan administration is for the last 23 years in power. It's hard to believe, but 23 years. So then the Istanbul mayor has won the Istanbul elections for 3 consecutive years for 6 years. So he is leading Istanbul as a mayor of Istanbul for 6 years. And he's in the opposition party, and he became more and more and more popular among the people not only in Istanbul, but also throughout Turkey, because of the opposition party, and become more and more pushed into leadership. So now the elections are coming up for the presidential election for Turkey, and this person, the mayor of Istanbul, was actually one of the top candidates for the presidential elections. And so he really close before he wanted to put his candidacy for the elections, which the Erdogan administration revoked few days, literally 2 days before he was able to put his candidacy on the ballot. He announced his candidacy. The Erdogan administration revoked his bachelor degrees diploma from 30 years ago. And without a bachelor's degree diploma at the minimum, he cannot be a presidential candidate. And that was a severe outrage among Turkish people. But straight after that, overnight at 6 a.m. in the morning, his home was raided and he was taken into custody. Then that night, all demonstration has begun. And since then, it is exponentially growing, and it's surpassed not only Istanbul, but the entire Turkey is now, if you see the pictures, tens of thousands and hundreds and thousands of people are on the streets demonstrating the more and more and more similarity of the Trump administration, where they take people into custody from left and right, and also for Russia, in the same way to jailing top candidates from becoming a competitor, a strong candidate, a strong competitor from the opposition party, to not allow the leadership to go in someone's hand, out of someone's hand. And that is the totalitarianism that Turkey is not only at this level, never, ever, ever experienced before, but this is at the top of the top of the top level of censorization of the media, which they also, not only the independent media for sure, but also the mainstream media, certain channels have been blocked and have been given 250,000 worth of Turkish lira worth of fines for covering all of these demonstrations. All of these combined, which is something that Turkey has never seen anything like this before. And interestingly, this came literally straight up parallel with the Trump administration. What has the Trump administration anything to do with anything that's going on in Turkey? And the Turkish people are resisting and not allowing this to continue. And so what happened was been said by people are demonstrating that right before his diploma, the mayors of Istanbul's diploma, was canceled by the Istanbul University coming from the top. That's right before then, it's been claimed that Erdogan had a call with Trump. So right after whatever happened in that call, right after that, the mayors of Istanbul's diploma was revoked. And that night, overnight, his home has been raided and he put into custody. That was being said by the demonstrators. Then later, a few days later, another demonstrator said, and by the way, and a few days later, then all universities are starting to include into the demonstration as a whole, and then spread out throughout the entire Turkey. If you see these types of demonstration, the pictures. So one of the demonstrator caught my eye because he said that it was a young university student or in a younger age, and said that was absolutely triggering, mind-blowing for me. He said the reason why they're doing this is because they had a phone call with Iran and with Trump administration, with Trump, actually, frankly, Erdogan and Trump. It's because Trump administration wants to bomb Iran, and they want, meaning the USA or Trump administration want Turkey to be on USA side as a NATO ally, and not shifting into the side, but be on the USA side once US bombs Iran. That's what that demonstrator said. That caught my mind and caught my eye. I was thinking of this the whole week. And then what happened? Tulsi Gabbard, right, when she had a hearing, she and Mike Waltz, whatever, with all the signal gate. In that hearing, they first had a hearing on the Senate and then had a hearing in the House. And in the House and in the Senate, if you watched it, then she had in the House, she had a documentation that she read from, right? And in the House, Senate as well. What she said was, in that piece of document she read from, there was a conversation about the U.S. Intel's priorities. And in U.S. Intel priorities, she said that Iran, she mentioned Iran, and she said that, and I think she wasn't the document really, but people didn't pay attention because I was watching what the demonstrator in Turkey said. I had it in my mind, and when she read that, nobody in USA caught that, but I caught it immediately. I knew it was about Iran. I knew it. Because why? She said in that document, and the first, when she read what this is about, she said that the top priority, one of the top priorities is our immediate threads of the intel, and that is that Iran accumulates uranium, although they are not in that nuclear program anymore. They are accumulating uranium, and that's our immediate threat. Then a senator asked, wait a minute, all the past administrations said that climate change is also an immediate threat. Why is it not in this report anymore? Is it not an immediate threat? And she said, Senator, it is maybe a threat, but more immediate. We are focusing on immediate threat, which Iran is an immediate threat because they're accumulating uranium and they are not in that nuclear program anymore. And guess what the breaking news is right now, as I speak? Trump said that if Iran is not going into the nuclear program, we will bomb Iran. That Turkish demonstrator, that young Turkish demonstrator was right. It is about Iran. It is about that other Turkish demonstrator also said that Trump and Erdogan had a call. Then this degree revoke happened. Next, that night, the custody happened. Then that Turkish demonstrator said they had a call. Then the other Turkish demonstrator said that it's about US wanting to bomb Iran and wanting to Turkey be on the US side. Tulsi Gabbard also said that in that Senate hearing. That was flipped. Nobody caught that. It was literally, she read it and she said it's an immediate threat. They categorized it as an immediate threat. And now today, Trump said, we will bomb Iran if they will not going into that nuclear program. That is an absolute, and I'm saying this for years now in the Biden administration and in the first Trump administration, where he was supposedly be all about peace. Now he's all about war. That's not the first Trump. This second Trump is because of the people around him. It's full-blown dangerous. And as I keep saying it, I said it a million times for the last several years. If a war, anything with Iran, will be World War III. Full stop. Because as I keep saying, Iran is not about like Yemen, it's not like that. Iran is super strong. And if anything will happen war with Iran, we are doomed, guys. We are doomed SF, and this is absolutely not acceptable. Plus, I will tell you this as it's connected to this talk, and I will finish this video here by saying, didn't I say the entire months and months in my videos, my Sunday lives, I said the civil revolution is coming. The civil revolution will start from mid-2026 for the next 8 years. And it is coming and has started. But we are not seeing is right now. Unfortunately, this is not yet it. And who knew that this would start with Turkey? Turkey's demonstration is off the scale that Turkey has never seen before since the 80s. Not 80s, but 60s. That's when all the revolutionary civil revolutions are happened. This is off the scale already. Thousands of 1,500 and more people are jailed already. And the entire Turkey has demonstration that's off the scale, that Turkey has never seen any kind of fees and fines for the media, like never before. It is full blown, off the scale, identical what the Trump administration is doing in this country. This is clearly hand in hand with the Trump administration because the brutality is the same. And this is also, the United States has never seen like anything like this before. And once again, if anyone bombs Iran, we are doomed. We are doomed because this is not easy peasy stuff. That's Iran. And call your senators, call your House representatives. This cannot happen. We must stop anything regarding this immediately. People are playing with Trump. People around Trump are not the same as before. People around Trump, at least they had some knowledge of governments, of intel, of war, or whatever, how government works. These people surrounding him right now have no clue and are full-blown racist and fascist and suppressive, and we cannot let this happen. It will come back to us 10,000 times fold on us, on the people who want to have a peaceful life, who want to live a normal life, who want to succeed and be healthy and happy, that we deserve as human beings. But these people do not let that happen. And so we need to call our representatives. This has to stop. People and these people surrounding Trump don't know what they're doing, have no clue what they're saying, what they're doing. They don't understand the dangers. They don't understand anything about humanity and anything about people, what they are going through. This has to stop immediately. So call your representatives immediately. Call your senators immediately. This cannot happen. Any escalation with Iran is the worst scenario that will happen on this earth. It actually can be the World War III. And unfortunately, as I mentioned in my Sunday lives, we are in mid of this year, starting from mid of this year into next year, particularly mid next year, we will be entering into the time zone of war, of the World War II war. The identical time period is coming, but also the identical time period of the Civil War. World War II war, but the Civil War, Civil Revolution as well. So we are in both of these times in 2020, mid this year starting, but particularly 2026. So guys, I'm warning you, and you know what I'm warning stuff. It's actually happening as I just said it to you. Mark my words, this is not, I don't want to give you this information, but it has to, because it's true. It will be like this, but unless we can stop it. We can stop it by calling our representatives and our senators and explain to them that no way in hell we won't accept this. No way in hell. And they need to do everything they can do. If they turn into pretzels, so be it. No vote, nobody to nobody if they do that to us, to people. We vote them in there. They need to do what we want, and we don't want war with Iran, with nobody, particularly not with Iran. Particularly not with Iran, because that will be the end of this world as we know it, and we cannot let this happen. So, if you are agreeing with me, give a like. I see many people watching me since 20 minutes now. You give me a like so that people can see this, and tell the people around you, call your representatives and your senators first thing Monday morning. If not tonight, give them a call, leave a voice message. That cannot be happening.